This is honestly, I think, the best piece of Australian theatre that I've seen, and it's probably now one of my top favourite musicals ever. After the first time I saw this show, I immediately booked tickets to see it again because I feel like this is just not something that comes around often, and I couldn't miss the opportunity to see it one more time. Hey, it's Caitie and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video. Pretty much it's gonna be me talking about how much I love this musical, and it's gonna be great. Okay, where to begin? There's an Australian musical called Fangirls, written by Yve Blake, and oh my god, I can't even explain how I feel about this. I'm a fangirl for Fangirls. So a couple of weeks ago, I saw Fangirls for the first time at the Seymour Centre in Sydney, and I was blown away. All I really knew about it was that it was kind of based off like One Direction, and then it was about the fangirls of One Direction. And because that was so much myself and my sister, we both went and saw the show, and it felt a little bit too autobiographical, not gonna lie. It really brought back some flashbacks, and I loved it. And I saw it again on Friday night, so I just feel the need to talk about it. First of all, look at this True Connection shirt that I'm wearing. This is from the show, and on the back, I think you can see there. So in the show, True Connection are like the One Direction band. Makes sense. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, so let me just explain the musical and then I'll get into my thoughts on it. At the show, you can actually buy the book which has all the script and all the songs in it. I wish every show did this, so that if I can't actually see the show, I can just kind of like pretend that I can by reading through it. Anyway, at the back of the book, there's a little synopsis. So I'm gonna read it out to you so we can kind of know what I'm talking about. Meet Edna. She's 14, she's a misfit, she's kind of a genius, and she's in love with Harry. There's just one problem. Harry doesn't actually know that she exists because Harry is in the world's biggest boy band, True Connection. Are we kind of seeing the relation to One Direction here? But to Edna, that's just a small obstacle. When True Connection announces a tour stop in Edna's city, she realizes that this is her one chance to meet Harry and convince him of their destiny. But how will Edna get Harry's attention? How will she convince him that she's the one? And just how far is she prepared to go in the name of love? Edna takes her devotion to unforeseen heights in this thrilling and hilarious musical comedy about first love, fan culture, and the danger of underestimating teenage girls. Fangirls by composer, lyricist, and playwright Yve Blake, icon, will surprise and shock you. If you think this is just a story about loving a boy band, think again. This is a story about how we ask young women to see themselves and a celebration of their true, unlimited power. It just gives me chills. So now you've got the gist of the show. Here's why I love it so much. When I was in year 8 in 2010, a little band called One Direction was created, and I was instantly in love with Harry Styles. My sister and I were huge One Direction fans. I remember crying because someone called me a Directionator, which means like you're a Direction hater or like you're a fake One Direction fan and not a Directioner. Different problems back then. But I loved them so much. I had posters covering my entire wall in my room. When One Direction announced they were coming to Sydney, just like in the show, I begged my mum to get me and my friends some tickets. And this is no hate to mum, you tried your absolute best, but unfortunately we did not get them. And I remember it was like 10 a.m. on a school day, also like in the show, and I found out that we didn't get them and I cried in geography. We've all been there. Just because I loved them so much. So then we decided, because we're not able to see the show, we'll just have a sleepover and we'll make One Direction shirts, we'll make posters, we'll make tickets, and we'll pretend that we're there and we'll watch all their videos and pretend that we're at the concert. What shocked me the most is that in the show, that's kind of exactly what they suggest doing if they don't get tickets. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, that was me. Edna, the main character, was me when I was 14, is still kind of me now. I relate to it so much, and it just makes me so happy to see this sort of thing. And I think it's so important to have this show to see when you're a teenager as well. Yve Blake, the creator of the show, did a TED Talk called For the Love of Fangirls. You should definitely watch it. I'm gonna link it in the description below. And she talked about her show and creating Fangirls the Musical and how she sets it up, as she says, like a Trojan horse.
I designed it like a Trojan horse. So it appears to make fun of these young women, only to like smuggle them into your heart.
What I love so much is it's hilarious. The songs are so clever and so catchy, but also it really celebrates being a fan and being a fangirl, or whatever you want to call it. There's a lyric in here from Act 2 which I love so much, and it says, "Why should we hide our feelings? Because they annoy you? Oh, because it isn't what the boys do." I feel like that sums up so much, because I remember being a fangirl. I'm still a fangirl of everything, by the way. But I remember when I was younger, it was like anything that you would be a fan of, it's like, oh, classic. Like, I feel like teenage girls would always get made fun of being a fan of anything. I also heard a quote from a podcast, I can't remember where it was from, but they said, name something that a teenage girl could be a fan of without being made fun of. And I feel like that kind of sums up a lot. So this celebrates teenage girls and their passion and their excitement about just something that they love. Like, it's just like, let them enjoy things. Because of the themes in the show, I feel like both times when I left the theater, I felt so empowered, and I was like, yeah, I am a fangirl and I'm proud of it. Even now, I'm 24 and I still get a little bit nervous sometimes telling people that I'm like a fan of musicals, because I don't want them to think I'm a crazy fangirl. I mean, obviously don't really hide it on this channel, but you know, maybe in my real life. But you know what? I am a fangirl, and I don't care if that looks crazy to people, because it brings me so much joy, and I wouldn't take away joy from somebody else, so why should I let someone take it away from me? And that's the message that I've gotten from this show, which just makes me so happy. I hope the whole world gets to see this somehow. At the moment, it's only going to a few Australian cities, but I'm hoping that one day it's maybe filmed or it's put on lots of stages all around the world, because I think it's such a fun message. All of the characters are fantastic, and in this particular production that I saw, it was so perfectly cast. It's kind of unbelievable. I loved everybody's character, and I feel like I could relate to everybody in some sort of way. Also, at the start of Act 2, they make it seem like you're at the True Connection concert. Music has been stuck in my head since I saw it a couple of weeks ago. They also just recently released Feels So True, one of their songs from the show, which I definitely recommend listening to. There's a few videos up on YouTube that relate to FANGIRLS the Musical if you want to take a look at them as well, but I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can download the song, and just, I've been listening to that non-stop. It's so good. It's also, I think it's available on like Spotify, YouTube Music, iTunes, lots of different places. I'm sorry if this wasn't cohesive, I just have a lot of feelings. The whole show just really embraces what it's like to be a fangirl and what it's like to love something so much, and what a brave thing it is also to love something so much and to allow yourself to put so much of your time and life and money and feelings and emotion into something. I feel like that's so powerful, and to be able to see that on stage, I think it's gonna help a lot of people, and I think it helped me to, like, I didn't even realize I needed it until I saw it. Also, Edna's my new dream role, so fingers crossed. Well, that was the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did. Let me know down in the comments if you have seen Fangirls, or if you've watched the TED Talk, or if you listen to any of the music, because let's be fangirls or fangirls together. I would love that. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're staying safe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye!